Hey guys, what is up? It is Sam. Today, well, it'll be a little bit of a longer video because I have two new products. Well, not new. This one is new. This is run 3 of the BNSF or the Scale Trains River Counter dash-9s, and then I have a run 2 of the Operator dash-9. So I'll be going over both these today. It will be a little bit of a longer video. It will be split up into sections. All the times for each section will be put in the description below. But I have BNSF H1 1099 and then 4331. Again, run 3 and run 2. Let's get right into the video. So framing will be a little bit weird because there's so many, but I'll unbox both of them. Operator. I'm just going to throw the stuff off to the side. You take it out, block of ice. Inside you have your manuals. Throw all this off to the side. Take your covering off. Open, soft plastic, no truck cover sticking this time. Put this back down there in the foam. Then you have your little inserts for the side, your handrail protectors. One on the other side. Then river counter. Your standard river counter boxing. Also, sorry this is so close. I'm trying to figure out new ways to record. A studio will be coming soon. You take that out. Again, very the same. The only thing different. You have your spare roller bearing caps. Take this out. Soft plastic and truck covers. More foam, because we love foam. And then there's a little bit more padding, but it's a boot the same. Turn it over. Again, this is 4331. I don't know, I saw it on the website and I thought it was really interesting, so I was like, hey, I'll just pre-order that. That popped out. That's an easy fix. Alright, now that we have both the models out of the box, let's take a bit of a closer look. So, going over both locomotives, it's going to be kind of a review and a side-by-side comparison for the Operator versus river counter. Yeah, so on the front, on the river counter, you can see you have all your separately applied grab irons, sand filler hatches, number boards 4331. They do light up. There is a line on the window which is BNSF specific, separately applied windshield wipers, which do have very nice, very finely molded. You have cab interior detail. There is no camera because this is an early version. High mount ditch lights, MU hose, air and accessory hoses. You have your Scale Trains coupler, cut lever, very sturdy handrails. You have BNSF, your door, headlight, and onto the operator model. You can see it is fairly simplistic, but you do have your sand filler hatches, your number boards, door, headlight, BNSF, same very sturdy handrails, plow, and ditch lights. Moving on to more of like a front side view, you can see you have your steps. Neither of these have stepwell or truck lights. I know that the more modern Scale Trains locomotives do, such as the S44s. This you have your separately applied rotating bearing caps, all your all your pipes and air brake details. You have your sander lines. You have your bell in the back, which I don't know if you can see. All your safety striping, 4331. Windowsill, sunshades. You have your mirrors, all your windows, and then on the side you have your vents. And on this one you do have your brake, but you don't have any separately applied roller bearing caps. dash-9, 1099, it's pretty simplistic, but you do still have your windows, brass, sunshade, holy cow, that took me a while, and your mirror. Moving on to the fuel tank of the locomotive, and kind of just the midsection, well, up here you see you have your dynamic brake vents, all your different vents, and on the back, all these are etched metal. Under the body, you have all your different dynamic brake and traction motor wiring. You have extra chains. It is very well detailed. You have your sight glass right there, your two filling holes, your bell if you couldn't see it in the last shot, fairly sturdy scale handrails. They're a little bit more flimsy than other companies, but that's just because they're scale, so they're going to be a little bit thinner. You have your very nice printing BNSF. You even do have a little bit of fading, and that H2 piece right down the middle as the prototype. Moving on to 1099. As you can see, it is a lot more simplistic, pure H1. No underbody detail. I do have the detail kit, which has all that. You only have one filler. You only have one fuel filling station, your sight glass, and then a few other miscellaneous parts, which I don't know the names of. Moving on to the back, we'll start with 1099 just because it's back here. You do have your brake wheel, which is correct per the prototype. Same trucks as the front, so you have your 2 brakes and no separately applied roller bearing caps. You have your jack lifts. All the grates are molded in. For 1099, you have all your beautiful chain detail, your truck detail, separately applied roller bearing caps, BNSF specific brake wheel, etched metal, and then, moving on to the back, let's get this center frame. You have your headlight, your sand filler hatch, your tail light, I should say, BNSF. You have all of your correct handrails for BNSF, very sturdy, you have your very sturdy handrails, MU hose, another scale trains coupler. That's just going to be off. I don't know why that is. Spare knuckles, more MU air hoses and accessory hoses. And then on the back of 1099, you have your sand filler hatch in a different spot that is not BNSF specific. Because operator, it's one shell. It's like one shell for all of them, one size fits all, as they say. I might fix it. I don't know. Depends on how adventurous I want to feel. You do have all your holes for grab irons and all that, but you do not have anything. Still very sturdy handrails. Moving on to the side, it's much of the same. No underbody detail. You do have a tiny bit of detail with these air tanks. So yeah, there's just a little bit. You have your sight glass again over here and your fill hatch. And then moving on to the front, you have your GE dash-9 44CW, sunshade, and mirror. Moving on to 1099. Let's start from the back. More graded, more etched metal grates. Again, all bearing caps are on here, along with underbody detail. There is a little bit of rust, which is, again, accurate per prototype. You have all your filling hatches, all that jazz. And then moving on to the front, you have your builder's plate right here, more vents, and all your other fun details. Moving on to the roofs now. As you can see, I have both of them lined up. You can see you have all your handrails, your PTC dome, and correct antenna boards, which is something I absolutely love. It's so cool that they actually took the time to get the correct details on the roof. On here you have nothing, no PTC, no nothing. You have all your little markings and labelings. You do have your BNSF panels, which per the prototype is correct. Your, what is it, a 3-chime horn, your stack, and then more etched metal on the grate. On here, no PTC. This panel, these 2 panels are not correct, but I'm too lazy to fix it, and I don't really think I have the capability yet. You have another 3-chime back here, stack, and then no etched metal. It is plastic and it is separately applied, which is very nice. Now that we have the basic overview and kind of review of both the locomotives done, let's go over to the track, test the sound, and then do some running shots. Okay, so now that we are over on the tracks, we will test the sound, starting with 1099 and then moving on to 4331, because 1099 is really quiet. So, we have the headlight, ditch light, startup, There's your startup horn. As you see, the digital lights do flash, which isn't correct. I still need to program that in. You have your bell, which it's a pretty modern e-bell. It sounds like any Gevo that you'll hear around. Speed step 1. They both do have the same speed steps. Both have incredible pulling power. Of course. One, two, we're just not going to do that with sound. 3, 4, and 5. And they do have momentum built in. In reverse. 1, come on, buddy. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The problems, they're not from the actual locomotive, it's from track work, because my track work is not the best. But trust me, I know many people who have them, never had a bad experience. Now moving on to 4331, headlight, ditch lights, and the number board lights will light up once you turn the locomotive on, as well as the step, or the walkway lights. I forgot to mention those. So there's your extended startup, horn. I do not like this horn. I do have custom sound files, and hopefully we'll get those installed soon. Bell. As you can see, it is a steel bell. I will probably need to be reprogramming that as well, because I don't like it. I'm going to try to find bell from the prototype. So speed step 1. You can also hear it'll rev down a little bit once you go, but it will start to go eventually. And you can also hear the brakes get released. Two, 3, 4, and 5. As you can see, same momentum, same decoder put in the operator. So in reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You can also hear the prime mover go up. Is it back to reverse? So those are the sound. Let's get to some running.